Greetings from the Southeastern Photographic Society. At SPS, we invite you to submit images for lots of activities, such as for competitions, coffee and critique, exhibit entries, etc. And it's important that they be sized correctly. For convenience, we size images the same way for all these activities. We ask images be resized for a couple of reasons. One, we want the images to be displayed to their best advantage, whether projected or on the web. And two, resizing images reduces their overall file size, making them easier to email or upload. This is a quick video that explains what this is all about, and we will give specifics for how to resize your images using Lightroom, Photoshop, and Photoshop Elements. First, we want to be sure everyone understands the concept. So I'm going to take 2 minutes to tell you what we're doing and why. Then we'll get into the how-to. Assume this red box represents the monitor or projector we are using. The size of the box is measured in pixels. It is 1920 pixels wide and 1080 pixels high. So these will be the maximums for your images. For your image to fit inside the box, it can be no more than 1080 pixels high and 1920 pixels wide. These numbers do not change. Notice that this box is just like your monitor. It's wider than it is tall. This also does not change. Now, images come in all shapes and sizes. And these days, cameras take photos that have lots and lots of pixels. So you're going to need to resize them for your SPS submission. For example, here's an ordinary photo taken with a full frame camera. When we go to resize it, if we set the height to 1080, there we go. You can see that the width fits easily. It doesn't matter what the width is. The important thing is that the image now fits inside the box. Here's a vertical image taken with the same camera. Again, we set the height to 1080. We're doing the same thing, making the photo fit inside the box. Here's a square image, just as with the vertical image. If we set the height to 1080, it fits just fine. So is the height always going to be 1080? As you could probably tell from the first three examples, this will be the most common for most photos. But let's look at a long image, like a horizontal panorama. Here, if we set the height to 1080, it's not going to work. It's already outside the box and the height is not yet, doesn't yet fit the 1080. So you have to consider the other maximum dimension, the width. So on this long photo, we need to size it to 1920 pixels wide. For it to be able to fit inside the box. On a horizontal pano, the width is the limiting factor. Sizing correctly will be much easier if you really understand this basic concept. So if you need to, please pause and rewind to watch this part again. So what are the settings to make this work? We'll start with Lightroom, which makes this particular step the easiest. When you go to export your image, in the export dialog panel, go to image sizing, click on resize to fit. In the box next to that, choose width and height. For width, W, put 1920. For height, H, put 1080. These are maximums, so Lightroom will not let you exceed these dimensions. The resolution does not matter for digital submissions, but go ahead and set it at 240. And that's it. I suggest you save this as a preset. You can call it SPS. You can say I have a couple of SPS presets here, and that automatically will automatically size the photos for you. Click export and you're ready to go. For the current version of Photoshop, go to Image and then Image Size. Be sure Resample is checked and the Constrain Aspect Ratio icon right here is locked as shown. Set the height to 1080. The program will automatically set the width. If the width shows less than 1920, you're done. Press OK. If the width shows more than 1920, that means you have a long horizontal image. Set the width to 1920 and Photoshop will automatically set the height. Press OK and you're done. For Photoshop Elements and older versions of Photoshop, this is the same idea as the Photoshop we just looked at, but the dialog panel looks just a little different. So you go to Image, Image Size. First, be sure Constrain Proportions is checked and Resample Image is checked. Set the height to 1080 pixels. The program will automatically set the width. If the width shows less than 1920, press OK, you're done. If the width shows more than 1920, once again, you have a long horizontal image. Set the width to 1920 and Photoshop will automatically set the height. Press OK and you're done. That's pretty much it. Follow these easy steps and your SPS images will always be sized correctly. And if you get stuck, we're here to help you. Send me an email at the address in the description below and we'll get you unstuck. Thanks for watching.